When the lights come on, she's ready to rise. Donnelly steps up with faith in her eyes. Puzzle pieces fitting, stars up in the sky. With every prayer and song, she'll make your spirit fly.
She's got the voice that can heal the soul. Singing, gaming, she's on a roll. Star Wars battles to her prayerful light. Donnelly's shining through the night. Shine on, Donnelly's, you light up the way. Singing, praying, bringing hope today.
From puzzles to the force, you're always on. Donnelly's,
You're our shining song. In the game or the prayer, she's standing tall. With every step, she answers the call. Blessings in her heart, light in her soul. With Donnelly's, we're ready to roll.
raise your hands, feel the groove. With her faith and her love, you can't lose.
From the galaxy far to the prayers so deep, Donnelly's is the joy we keep.
Shine on, Donnelly's, you're the light we need.
With every song and every prayer you lead. From puzzles to the force, you're always on. Donnelly's, you're our shining song. Shine on, Donnelly's. Shine on.
Good morning, good morning. Let me make sure that the mic is working. Yes! Guys, I am so proud of myself. I figured out how to use Google to turn off those extra mic things, mic sources. I had to go into my audio settings and go from there and disable mic 2 and mic 3. I'm doing well, doing well. Ooh, running some errands in town. Gonna do some shopping. Hopefully it's some good stuff in town and you're able to find some, like, everything that you need and get some chores done, get some errands ran, make it a productive Saturday. Good morning, West. I hope you and your wife, your beautiful wife, were able to get some good sleep last night. It was so much fun hanging out with you guys yesterday. You guys, I got to meet the amazing West and his wife in person yesterday, and it was awesome. We did some mini golfing and then just had some really good conversation, and it was super good, super fun getting to meet some of our community in person, and I loved it. So worth the hour 45, I think it was, drive. So worth it. So worth it. Ooh, Cubic Odyssey. I saw that you had gone live. I was just out and about and couldn't necessarily bring it up, but next time you're live, Mike, I definitely plan on making the effort to get in there and making it a priority to be in your chat. You're doing beautiful. Are you doing good? Finally pulled out the fall clothing. It dropped to the low 50s. What? Let me see how it is right now. Colors are changing up on the mountains. That is one of the best things about living near mountains, is seeing the way that the colors change. Okay. Not bad. It's currently 78. Gonna be a high of 92, but it is currently 78. I'll believe that high of 92 when I see it, though. The hotel Wi-Fi is having a moment. Oh no! Hotel Wi-Fi, please work in West's favor. Oh man, hotel Wi-Fi, man, because you've got everybody working on that Wi-Fi. Everybody trying to connect to it. It's not exactly the best quality because everybody's wanting to get on it. That's higher than what your high for us for the day is? Oh man! What is your high gonna be today? What is your high going to be? Because you guys are up, like you were saying, up close to the mountains, so that's gonna definitely affect it. 71! Nice! Oh, that is gorgeous fall weather. Absolutely gorgeous. So, I'm also a little bit... Oh, you crashed the audio driver? Oh no! I was just telling everybody, West, I used to have 3 mic aux sources here on OBS, and I didn't know how they ended up with it. Like, how they ended up coming to be. Only thing I can figure is that at one point I had a different mic, so it could have been that was one mic, and then my camera I think has a mic, and then maybe another thing, like maybe when I plugged in my Fifine microphone, that could have been the third one. But I had to go into my OBS settings, click on audio, and disable the other 2 so that I have only one mic aux source. And so hopefully that fixes up any audio issues. Here's hoping. But I am a little bit, I guess sad could be the right word. Maybe more disappointed. You can barely hear me. Uh-oh. Okay, here we go. How's that? That better? I was fixing a little bit of stuff and I may not have turned my mic up all the way. So, hopefully that's better. Good! Yay! I'm a little bit, I guess disappointed a little. Yeah, disappointed's the best word because... Oh, I did? Oh no! Oh no! Sorry guys! RIP headphone users! I was working on my off-stream sweater last night, and I was doing the collar, and I got all the way to row 84, and I was so proud of myself for making it through row 84. I was ready to start learning how to do how the pattern maker wanted us to, stitch it together to make it where we were working in the round. And I realized it's not going to fit around my head. And it made me so sad because I'm like, oh no, and so it wouldn't even really fit around my neck either. Like it would just barely, so I'm going to have to adjust. I think it's because I'm using a 1-weight yarn, and I think the pattern calls for a 3 or 4 weight. So the on-stream one that we're working on should be fine. Should be fine with 84 rows. But because I'm using such a thin yarn, I think I'm going to have to adjust the pattern for the lighter weight yarn. And I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that. Thankfully, I didn't stitch it all together. I can still add more rows to the off-stream one and make it longer so it'll fit around my head. And I can make that work. But at the same time, I'm like, but the pattern says 84 rows! And so I was asking Lady Foes, I was like, because I figured this out while I was hanging out in a stream that she was hanging out in. I was like, Lady Foes, pregunta para ti. Question for you. And she goes, see? I was like, does lighter weight yarn require more rows? Like, for example, if I were using a 1-weight yarn versus a 3-weight yarn, would I need more rows of the 1-weight to equal the like height and width of the 3-weight? And she was like, yeah, sometimes that happens. And I'm like, that makes sense then. Because I had an epic fail moment, and thankfully I still have the chance to add more rows. Yeah, it really does. And I'm like, okay, so now I get to go next level and be like, all right, we're gonna adjust this pattern for a 1-weight. Because I was looking at the pattern and I'm like, for the pattern itself for the 4-weight, when we get to rounds 3 through, oh goodness, I'm gonna have to have you guys help me out once we get to the yoke of the sweater and finish up round 2, because it says rounds 3 through 12 and then in parentheses 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33, 35. So I'm not sure if those are referring to saying that if you're doing the extra small, that it's 3 through 12, and then if you're doing a bigger one, that it's 15, 18, 21, 24, depending on what size you're doing. That's what my guess is. But if this is the case, it's gonna be at least 248 stitches. That's gonna be crazy. I'm gonna need stitch markers galore. Good morning, Dusty. How you doing? How you doing? So I'm excited to learn this pattern with you guys. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna make the most of it. I'm pretty sure I'm on row 52. I've got my row counter here. I know it's so blurry. I can make a plushie using the same amount of stitches. Weight 1 makes a small, weight 2 to 3 makes slightly larger, weight 4 bigger, chunky 5 and 6 makes a massive plushie. Same pattern, same amount of stitches. Ooh. Oh, I did. I was out and about all day yesterday, Dusty, and so I saw it right as I was falling asleep last night. And it looks so cool. That is so cool. I love the mask. So I remembered my row counter. I've got a blue one for the on-stream and red for off-stream. Elijah, hello, buddy. How you doing? I heard that you are becoming quite the good reader. I'm so proud of you, bud. You keep up that awesome reading, and I can't wait to see what books you read next. It's going to be so good. Reading is something that is going to take you so far. You're going to get to go to all different kinds of worlds and meet different kinds of people, and it is such a good skill to have. 3 books? Good job, my dude! I'm gonna give you a high five through the camera. Ready? High five! Yeah, dude! I had to rediscover my love of reading because when you get to college, it's a lot of technical reading. It's a lot of what we call nonfiction. And when you're used to reading fiction more than nonfiction, reading all this nonfiction when you're just like not really feeling it can really suck the fun out of reading. And so I've had to rediscover my love of reading, and I'm currently making my way through a couple of different books. I have one from the Alex Rider series that I'm working on. It's kind of near the end because it's a series from back when I was a kid, like maybe middle school. And then I'm also working my way through The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. Good morning, Star Fox! How you doing? And of course, doing my Devo time. And so today, for Devo time, I had Proverbs 22, 17 through 27, all of 2 Corinthians 13, which means tomorrow I get to start Galatians, and then the last half of Isaiah 30, and then Isaiah 31 through 32. And you guys, Isaiah 30 has so much good stuff in it. Like yesterday we were talking about how Israel was being stubborn and tried to do things their own way, and how we so many times try and go our own way, and eventually God is just like, okay, you're gonna have the consequences, but I'm right here waiting for you to come back to me. So come back to me. Please come back to me. And then today, in Isaiah 30, 19 through 33, it says, verses 19 through 21. For a people shall dwell in Zion, in Jerusalem, you shall weep no more. He will surely be gracious to you at the sound of your cry. As soon as he hears it, he answers you. And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet your teacher will not hide himself anymore. But your eyes will see your teacher, and your ears shall hear a word behind you saying, this is the way, walk in it, when you turn to the right or when you turn to the left. And then at the very end, well, I think it was in 31 or 32 that I highlighted? 32. Here we go. 32, 17 through 20. And the effect of righteousness will be peace, and the result of righteousness, quietness and trust forever. My people will abide in a peaceful habitation, in secure dwellings and in quiet resting places. And it will be hail when the forest falls down, and the city will be utterly laid low. Happy are you who sow beside all waters, who let the feet of the ox and the donkey range free. And so what I learned in that is it's building on what we talked about yesterday in the first half of Isaiah 30. And he's saying, yeah, the teacher is still there. God is still there, right there with you. We just don't always see him because we've gone on ahead. He's right here saying, hey, this is the way, this is the way. And we have to slow down and hear that voice. But he's also right there to hear us when we're like, hey, I'm lost. And I had always pictured God as being right there beside us. I had always pictured him like right there next to us, holding our hand as we're going through life. But it also makes sense that when we go on our way, he's like right there, like the parent who lets the kid go on ahead and try and take those steps as they're learning how to walk. He's right there going, hey, I'm right here. I'm right here. This is the way. Let me help you get back on the path. And then we also see the effects of righteousness, that righteousness leads to peace. When we're doing things God's way, we will be at peace. And I love that. I absolutely love those reminders. And in times like these days, we need those reminders. And so I hope that encourages you today, that the teacher is never far behind. He is literally right here at our back going, hey, go this way, go this way. Let's get caught up on chat here. You're just anxious for when he starts to get into the classic era of books like Tale of Two Cities and Wuthering Heights. Those books are rough. Oh yeah. I remember reading Crime and Punishment. And I remember my teacher, she was like, all right, we're going to do a mock trial for the main character. And divided us into different roles. We had one of us as a judge, one as the main character, one is his attorney, and I think one is the other side's attorney, and then the rest of us were on the jury. And so those of us that were on the jury, we went out to deliberate, and we could not agree. And the teacher comes out a few times and is like, hey, do you guys come to a decision? And after about the third time of us saying, no, we can't, like we're literally half and half, she was like, oh, I guess we have a hung jury. And we were like a bunch of sophomores at this point, and it's a bunch of sophomores going, we're gonna die because we couldn't come to a decision? And she was like, no, you're not gonna die, I promise. I promise you're not gonna die. It just means that you guys couldn't come to a decision. Oh, okay, as long as we live, you know? Ooh, you finished Ezra yesterday and started Nehemiah this morning. Oh man, those are such good books. Such good books. So much there about the rebuilding of Jerusalem, and they go hand in hand so well. Star Fox, I hope you're enjoying your lunch break. What's for lunch today? You're in Colossians. Nice! I love Paul's letters. There is so much there. James 1:5. But if any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives to all generously and without reproach, and it will be given to him. One of my absolute favorite verses in the entire Bible, because we know the source of our wisdom. We know that if there's something we don't know, he does. And we can just go to him and say, hey, God, I don't get it. What's going on here? What does this mean? And he's gonna let us know in his way, in his time. I know, right, Vocal Duck? Good morning. We literally thought that we were gonna die because we couldn't come to a decision, and our teacher had to reassure us a few times. No. You're fine. You guys are fine. You live. It's just one of those terms that's a little bit scary to hear. Oh man, so what do you guys have planned today? As far as I'm aware, I still have D&D today. That's gonna be so much fun. It was canceled last week, but I don't think it's canceled this week, and I'm excited to see where the story goes from here. Yeah, if I don't know and I ask God, that's why I like sticking to the KJV among other versions. Gives you all the more reason to spend time with him. Exactly. My preferred translation is the ESV, but I also love the New Revised Standard Updated version. I like the CSB, which is the Christian Standard version. It's an updated Holman version. The NLT is pretty good. NASB, yes. NASB is a good one. Ooh, Football and Music Fest. Nice! Is it all Christian music or is it a wide variety of music? That's gonna be so much fun. I need to look up and see, how did my team do? Let me see, because I am gonna look that up. Oh, okay, so they play tomorrow. Okay. Because last time they played Thursday, and so I thought, or maybe they didn't. I guess they didn't. I guess it was, oh, that's right, it was Sunday. It was Sunday, but it was when I was at church. That's why I couldn't watch it. I need to go watch the highlight reel from last week. Grocery shopping, spending Elijah's birthday money today. Your mom's birthday celebration and a possible fall drive tomorrow. Oh, that sounds so fun! Hopefully nothing today. Chores, yes, but nothing social. One of our friend's siblings and her family is moving nearby on Monday, and you're gonna help with that. Ooh! Is it a friend is it a mutual friend of ours, Vocal Duck? I would love, 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 love that. I wish that more people moved to my side of town. Hockey season starts next month. Oh! All right, all right. I no longer have an NHL team, and that makes me so sad because my NHL team ended up moving up to Utah. So I need to pick a new team, and I'm not happy about it. I might have to go with the Avalanche, because I know quite a few awesome people in and from Colorado. That is true, I can keep the Utah team. I could keep the Utah team. But the question is the Utah team going to air its stuff here? Not that that's a deciding factor, but it is a pro. It is definitely in the pro column. Okay, yeah, sounds good. Sounds good, Vocal Duck. I'm glad that you get to help them. Ooh, bluegrass, folk, rock, country, and blues. That is a nice variety there. Lady Falls, how are you this morning? How was the farmer's market? Were you able to find some good stuff? I hope that when my sister and brother-in-law move into their new place that there is a farmer's market near them. Because that was one of my favorite things to do, is there was one not that far away from their house. It was like a 3 to 5 minute drive, and they had such good stuff. It was hot and you spent too much money, but so nice. But you know what? It's good to spend a little too much money on food, because the food is gonna last you a little while. When you spend that much money on food, it tells me that you spent enough to last you a while, hopefully, or at least a few meals worth. So you're hopefully getting enough bang for your buck. All the veggies you bought are gonna go to Baby Fose's puree. Love it! Which means you probably bought a lot of peaches, as well as veggies. Yes, give him all of the veggies. There are so many vegetables in the world, and so many that I probably have yet to try, but I tend to stick with the handful that I know that I like. I know I like broccoli, celery, carrots, zucchini when it's cooked right, and when it's mixed with other stuff. Bell pepper. Specifically green. I do enjoy green. Stuffed peppers are so good. So good! So you guys, it's been almost half an hour, so let's go ahead, and while we continue this conversation, feel free to put your prayer requests, into the chat. Put any requests that you have either in the chat or use that channel point redemption so that it ends up in both the chat and my activity feed so I don't miss it. Ooh, peaches butternut squash. Yes. Butternut squash is so good. Apples and sweet potato. Yes, 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 yes. You are speaking my language, Lady Foes. You are speaking my language. I've got my AirPods charging over here because they got down to like 17% on the case. And so I'm letting the case itself charge while we stream today. And so it's going to be a good day today. It's going to be a good day today. And Baby Foes' language too, right? Right? You gotta love when the baby loves the things that you love, and when you find the things that the baby loves. And get the baby to eat. Alrighty, you guys enjoy. Have a wonderful trip into town, and hope to see you soon. Love you guys, and God bless. Naniki, thank you so much for the lurk. Thank you, thank you. It was so good to see you guys, Mike and Mama Bell. Enjoy the trip into town and may it be blessed and productive. Oh, okay. Here we go. Not allowed to say the word so for the next 5 minutes. Alright, timer is starting now. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna make sure that if I say the word go, I emphasize the g. Because I know how easy it can be to mishear words. Yesterday, we also announced that we made almost $60 for my sister and brother-in-law's ministry, and that money was given to them. I sent it to them over PayPal. It was received. I have the receipt for it, and we'll post that later. I've got to edit out like PayPal username and things like that. Baby Foes is ready to eat and nap. Love it. He is definitely ready. Definitely ready. Aw, was he up super early? Was he up super duper early? Aw, poor Baby Foes. I hope he goes down early and goes down easily. Oh wow, 6:30. You know, I woke up a few times in the middle of the night. I don't know why, but I was up at like 2 something? Yeah. I woke up somehow at like 2 something in the morning. And I was like, you know what? After taking stock, I'm like, okay, it's not because I need to go to the bathroom or anything like that. I'm gonna go ahead and pray while I try and fall back asleep. And that's what I did. I just started whispering a prayer as I tried to fall asleep, and before I knew it, I was asleep. And then my alarm went off at about a little after 7. I need to look at my sunrise alarm clock because it has been ever so slightly delayed. You know what? Let me do that while I'm thinking about it, because it is a very, very easy fix. Very easy fix. Not that. I need setting. There we go. Alright. It was off by a good 2 minutes. I think it was because of the fact that I unplugged it and replugged it in during the time when my AC was out. And because of that, I think that affected it having, like, the seconds. I think that affected it. He'll go down very easily. Dada is not doing good avoiding potholes. Uh-oh. My town is known for its potholes. There are a lot of potholes everywhere. Everywhere around town. Oh my goodness. I'm amazed that my car has not run over as many. I swerve on the street not because I'm intoxicated, but because of the potholes, right? Like, I have to go just ever so slightly into the next lane sometimes because of how big the pothole can be. My dad actually had to call one in. Did I? Oh! You're right, I did. I'll admit it. You caught me. Alright, we're starting it over. Oh. My watch thinks that I fell because of how much of a jerk I did. Alright, timer has started over. A lot of the major roads are okay, but there are some sections, my goodness, it's like they're meant to wreck your tires, right, Vocal Duck? Oh my goodness. It's crazy. My dad had to call one in because there was one that was big enough that he just barely managed to avoid it. And it was a very jurisdictional area to the point where if it had been just a little further away from the intersection, it would have been a different agency's call. But because it was this way, like this much closer to the intersection, it was my agency's call. And they were trying to figure out, okay, how far away from the intersection is it? That's very jurisdictional. Let's get our measuring tool out. And eventually determined it was ours and it was Sergeant's discretion. Hello, Wandering Lightsaber. How you doing? How you doing? All right, you guys, let's start putting in those prayer requests. I am loving getting to pray for you guys. And when you guys put those prayer requests in, it lets me know how I can pray for you, how I can be there for you. And that's what community is all about. I'm doing well. I had my caffeinated protein shake, and the caffeine is taking effect. The caffeine is taking effect. Oh, man. How much longer do I have on this ban? Okay, a little over 3 minutes. Okay. I will make it this time. I will make it. I am determined to make it through this word ban. Prayers for safety for the upcoming move. They're coming in from a few states away. Oh, wow. Okay, that I need to start thinking about who that could be. Coming in from a few states away. Who is it that I know that would be a mutual friend of ours that would be moving from a few states away? Your prayer request would be to just renew your mind daily and want to learn about the Lord and be in the Word more, and protection for you and your family. All right, you got it, Wandering. You got it. I totally can relate to that because before this year, I honestly was not in the Word as much as I should be. Oh! Elle's sibling. Oh, okay. It'll be nice because their kid will have some cousins living nearby. That's that's awesome. That's awesome. I caught myself. I did not say it in full. I did not say it in full. I stopped myself before I said it. It does not count because I stopped myself before I said it. Okay. That shows just how determined I am to get through this. Oh, man. Oh. Okay, you guys, let's go ahead and pray. Lord, right now we just come before you and we thank you very much for who you are and how much you love us. Even when we feel we don't deserve it, that we are completely unlovable and unworthy of you, you still love us. I ask that you be with each and every person here in a new and mighty way. Be with Mama Belle and Mike as they go and run their errands in town, Lord. Be with lady foes and Adaphos and sweet little baby foes. Help Adaphos' blood pressure continue to be under control, Lord. Help this diet continue to help him. I ask that you help baby foes to continue to grow big and strong. Be with Vocal Ducks and my friend Elle's sibling as they are getting ready to move. Help Vocal Duck as he helps them move, to be able to be that support system and be able to just be as big a help as possible for them, Lord. I ask that you be with Wandering Lightsaber as Wandering desires to be in the Word more and get to know you more. I ask that you just give that desire to be in your Word more and to just want to study it, want to be in devotional and be in fellowship with you. I ask protection over Wandering's family, Lord. Put a hedge of protection around them, Lord, and just anything that is not of you, protect and defend them from it. I pray over my unspoken and my extended family that you be in that situation and any spiritual warfare that's going on, Lord. I ask that you be in it, and I pray that you defend him against it. Lord, I ask that you just bring my cousin and his wife to a saving knowledge of you if they aren't already, Lord. I ask that you soften my friend Bee's heart, Lord, to her need for you. Help her to just see how desperately in need she is of you and how much better life is with you. I ask, Lord, that you be with Kishu and Shopkeep and give them the wisdom and patience that they need as they raise their family, Lord. Thank you for Shopkeep's job title change. I pray for an eventual raise to go along with it. I ask, Lord, that you be with Kishu as she talks with her castmate Tyler, who is reading your word for the first time, Lord. Give her the words to say and keep that fire ignited in Tyler, Lord, to just study more and to eventually come to know you. I pray over Solon and Earthsuit that you help her as she goes through this class, that you help her understand everything. Lord, I pray that you resolve any car issues that she's having, resolve her driving anxiety, and get it to a more tolerable level for her, Lord. Be with her dad and heal him. Help him to have true salvation if he doesn't already, that he doesn't just say that he knows you, but that he truly does know you, Lord. I ask that he doesn't just go through the motions, but that it becomes a heart and life change, Lord. I ask that you be with STL and his headaches, be with just a little Spark as little baby Spark has been feeling under the weather, Lord. I ask that you heal him. Give her and her amazing husband the strength, wisdom, and patience to be the parents that they need to be for him, Lord. I ask that you be with Queen of Kratos and Admiral as they just are going through so much, Lord. I ask that you just let them feel your presence, Lord. Be with Lotu and her family, Lord. Be with Bearded Beowulf and his family. Give them guidance and direction, Lord. Give Zyro guidance and direction on his dissertation, Lord. I ask that you be with Tie-Dye Chef Dave and his family and his work, Lord. As each of us goes into our places of work, Lord, help us to be a light for you wherever we go. Help us to be a light for you to our co-workers, and when they look at us, let them see you. Give us a great time of fellowship today, and in your name I pray. Amen. You wish I could see just how so very happy he is to see Milk. I'll give you a pass on prayer time for the word ban. That isn't fair. I had the timer go off in the middle of prayer. So, because if you heard the Lady Foe's getting second. Alright, you guys, we're gonna switch over to this. Oh, singing to Baby Foes. I love it. Oh. Okay. Singing to the baby. I'm so happy. Let's see, we gotta count and make sure that we have 7 in this. Because if I don't have 7, that means I need to chain 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, we are good. Alright, I'm gonna remove the stitch marker. I've got my row counter right here. Okay, sounds good. We are gonna go ahead and start with our 6 single crochets, back loop only. 1. And if I get to where I'm so focused and don't remember the camera and I'm not showing the stitches on camera, let me know. Yell at me. And I do have a redeem that says, look at chat streamer, and it'll yell at me to look at the chat. So if I don't notice, let me know. 2. 3. There we go. Thank you so much for the lurk, Wandering. I hope you have a fantastic day. 4. 'Okay. Keeping an eye on any notifications because there is a chance it looks like D&D might get canceled. If it does get canceled, we can go a bit longer. Otherwise, I have to stop at 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That makes sense because this is our last stitch in this row. 6. So, oh, there we go. I almost moved to the tens digit instead of the ones. And just like that, we added 10 rows, y'all. Galaxy, thank you so much for the lurk. Hope you're doing well, my friend. I think, if I remember correctly, tonight we are gonna go and see the Downton Abbey movie. My mom absolutely loves Downton Abbey, and I went to go see the last Downton Abbey movie with her. So hopefully that'll give me enough context for everything to know what's going on. So that'll be after D&D. I want to say that one starts at like 6 or 9. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. 4. 5. Aw, baby Foes is fed and now asleep. Aw. Nighty night, sweet boy. We love you. There we go. Marked another row. And this, using the row counter is so much faster than using the tally mark method. That makes me so happy. I might need to buy some more row counters. Oh, I believe it, because I've heard that when you have a kid, your heart just grows immensely and you grow to love them more than you ever thought possible. And that is something that I cannot wait to experience one day. Let me know if you guys want me to make the pattern a bit bigger, because I can. I can make it where it fills up more of the screen if needed. I'm hopeful that my pastor's wife gets to join us when we go see the Downton Abbey movie tonight. That would be super fun. I haven't gotten to see my pastor's wife in a while because she's been feeling under the weather. So it'll be good to see her if she's able to join. There we go. Loving how big these V's are and how clear they are despite this being despite this being a smaller hook. Yay! Now you can hear me! I am working on putting together a throne wish list. I've got a couple things on it. I'm waiting until I have a few more things. Are they sourdough pancakes? And then I will, once I get a few more things decided as far as what to put on it, then I will know a bit better. Like, I'll be able to put the link on there or to it on my channel and things like that. Ooh, sourdough pancakes. That sounds absolutely delicious, and I want some. I want some of those now. They need to be in my belly. Here we go, and then at the beginning of each round, or row, we're chaining 1. And what the chain does is it helps add height. That is the main goal of chaining, is to add a bit of height to your project. And the more you chain, the more height gets added. I'm keeping an eye because somebody messaged the D&D chat asking if we were still on for today, which tells me there might be a chance that we are not. Oh, that's true too. It's supposed to replicate whatever stitch you're trying to make. But it also adds height, doesn't it? Isn't that also one of the goals of chaining? While we're at the beginning of a row, I'm gonna go ahead because I feel like this needs to be a bit bigger so you guys can more easily follow along. So I am gonna do this live. There you go. Now, we're just continuing because we have to get up to at least finishing row 84 before we can join with the slip stitch. There we go. It makes it so much easier to go into the stitch when the V's are a bit bigger and more clear. There we go. My guess is that we're gonna get to where we need to be. Ooh, ad break in just a minute. And then it'll be some jumping jacks for a minute while I take a break from the crochet so that you guys don't miss a thing. Here we go. Here we go. Whoop. There. I caught it! I love it when I catch it when I drop the stitch. Rather than it going all the way all the way back and having to completely redo it. I love it when I'm able to just pick up right where I left off. One, two, three, four, five, six. Yep. I always like to double check my work with each row just to make sure, even if it's a small amount, I like double checking just to make sure that I didn't accidentally. Okay, so we are gonna do some jumping jacks. Push the chair back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we march in place. Get some steps in. And then we'll do some hand stretches. There we go. Alright, welcome back, you guys. You asked the hubby for a Dr. Pepper and you got 6 Dr. Pepper Zeros. Oh no! Oh, that would be big sad. That would be big sad. Aww. I'm not a huge soda fan. Ooh, it isn't nasty? That's good. I'm not a huge soda fan, but I've heard that there is definitely a difference between the regular kind, the diet kind, and the zero sugar kind. I've heard that they all just taste so different. I remember doing a science fair project on the effects of soda on teeth. That was my 6th grade science fair project. I got the grand prize that year. And then the next year, we gave the teeth that I used to another student to do their science fair project, which was which teeth whitener is the best. Alright, we just finished up row 60, which means we have 13 rows. No, I'm miscounting because we've got to get to 84. 19 rows to go. No, my math isn't mathing. Because if I was on 64, if I had finished row 64, that would be 20. I need to add 10. Anyways, we'll make it by the end of stream. We'll make it by the end of stream. My brain is not mathing right now. 23. We'll say it's 23. Yeah, that sounds right. 23 more rows. I knew my math wasn't mathing. You love seeing Sheldo happy and bubbling, yes! That is one of the coolest things that I've seen with sourdough, is just how easily you can tell when they're happy. He's a happy, active little starter. Aww. And that must make it so much easier to tell when he needs more. Because if he's not happy and active, then that means time for more, right? Is that kind of how it works? There we go. Perfect. So does anyone have anything fun planned for the weekend? Tomorrow I have church, lunch, and then bowling. And then let's see. I know next weekend. So next week there will be no streams because I will be out of town. I've got a church retreat and I leave Friday morning. And so can't exactly do streams when you're out of town, right? Right? And then I should be back. I might not be back the following week because I think I have another. That should be the next trip I have planned. Yep. So today is the last stream of September. I just realized that. I will not be back until October 3rd. On October 3rd, he asked what day it was. It's October 3rd. I'm not allowed a vacation. Streamers are never allowed a vacation. They must always crank out content. Always, always. But I will have so many stories for you guys when I get back. I just know it. Because I'll have the church retreat and then family trip. And it'll be a lot of fun. Lots of good stories to tell. Here we go. Bum bum bum. Here we go. That finishes up row 63. Yeah, we are definitely going to be able to finish the collar hopefully today. I need to measure it because the pattern does include the measurements that are supposed to be used. Here we go. Had to make sure I was doing it right. Make sure I'm never splitting yarn. Because we are not allowed to split yarn in the Donna house. Yarn splittage is not allowed. There we go. Alright. That was row 64. We need 20 more rows. So according to the measurements, the entire collar length is 20 inches, which means that I should be able to measure this at 84 rows and make sure that it's 20 inches long. Okay. There we go. So I did chain. Perfect. I don't remember chaining, but somewhere along the line I did. I got myself distracted and I'm setting up for a double. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. I'm seeing 6. There we go. I love that this is going to be no sew because I do not want to sew. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. That was the part of the old pattern that I was least looking forward to, was the amount of sewing required. That old pattern was not beginner friendly in the slightest. Here we go. Do you guys ever get so lost in the pattern when you have to repeat it over and over and over again that you're like, okay, what did I just do? You wish your griddle was fixed. I wish your griddle was fixed too. You love getting lost. It's your favorite. Yes. Because it's like, it shows just how into it you've gotten, you know? It shows that you're enjoying what you're doing, that it's relaxing you, and that you just are in your own little creative world. And I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Although losing count of stitches, which is hard with this pattern when it's 6 every single time in the collar. That is never fun, because then I have to, if I forget to use my stitch markers, then it's like, where was I again? Yeah, there we go. There we go. Bruh, right? Losing count with stitch marker, or losing count without stitch markers is a definite bruh moment. Because one does not simply do a crochet project
Don't blink. Don't even blink.
without stitch
Blink
markers.
and you're dead. They are fast, faster than you could believe. Don't turn your back. Don't look away, and don't blink.
Good luck. That is one of my favorite moments in the episode Blink. I love it. Love it. Lady Fuzz, thank you for using the bits. I appreciate you. And I'm more than happy to help you get Blurp set up. It's super duper easy. It's the only Doctor Who episode you've ever seen. Oh, girl! If you want, I am more than happy to introduce you to some other amazing episodes. But I also understand Doctor Who isn't everybody's cup of tea. So if it's not your cup of tea, that is A-okay. But there are some rather amazing episodes with some amazing music. So many pancakes! This is why I hate doing them. Do you think they would ship? Because if they would ship, I can think of somebody in Arizona who would love to reheat said pancakes and enjoy them. And they would make her tummy very, very happy. That is true. That is true. It is time consuming. Oh, doing them one by one. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, that's rough. That is rough. There we go. If you ever see me start a row without looking like I'm marking it on my row counter, yell at me. Because I can totally see myself forgetting and just starting the next row. There we go. Come on. There we go. If it doesn't go through nice and easy, then that means that I had too tight of tension. What do you think it'll take to fix the griddle? Is it just completely broken and you need a new one? Is it the starter? I want to say you told me what it was before, but I am completely blanking. It's rusted, may just need to get a new one, yeah. If it's rusted, that might be the best case, or best thing to do, because rust can be tough to deal with, and CLR can only do so much. There we go. Yeah, it's costing more time and money to fix it, yeah. Because there does come a point, like, as much as I am a proponent of if you're able to fix it, try and fix it, you're right. There does come a point where it costs more to fix it than it does to just replace it. Okay. Yeah, and that's something you have to bear in mind. That's something I've had to bear in mind is when is it worth it to fix it and when is it worth it to just buy a new one? Because at some point that line does end up getting crossed. There we go. That is row 70, you guys. We're making good progress. 14 more rows and then we get to learn how to join it once we measure it and make sure that it's the right, width and height and everything. Yeah, okay. There we go. I am so close. And then I just gotta make sure that it'll fit over my head and around my neck without being too tight. And then, once I do that, then we're able to join it. And then we're going to be starting to work in the round, which will be an adventure, which means I will probably have to go down and grab my stitch markers during one of our commercial breaks, because all of my stitch markers are currently downstairs in my bag. Addo just told you he feels good for the first time in a while. Oh, that is a huge blessing. Oh, man. Let me count this row. There we go. Lord, thank you so much that Adifos is feeling good for the first time in a long time. Lord, I pray that this is the first day of many that he feels good and healthy. I pray that his blood pressure continues to stay under control, Lord, so that he can just feel the best that he can, Lord. And in your name I pray. Amen. Oh, that is fantastic news. Perfect. There we go. At this rate, we're gonna finish before the next commercial break. But yeah, I eventually need to get my stitch markers. Because if we're gonna be working in the round, then I need that. And he just said the best pancakes he ever ate is currently in his mouth. Oh, see, isn't it worth all the time and effort of cooking one at a time to hear that? But when you are working in the round, you want a stitch marker to mark the first stitch in the round, so that way you can know when that round began and where it should end. That's something I learned from the Woobles and Amigurumi, which are those 3D plushies. It still takes forever because you make a double batch. Oh, double batch! You gotta love those. There we go. Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Whee! And his mom is coming over to watch football. Nice! Mom and I were watching, football last night. But I'm pretty sure that I missed the ending of the game. Because it was a little bit later of a game and I just got too tired. You got a Fox Buddy Wooble! Yes! Vocal Duck! What I love about the Woobles is how easy they are to get you started on Amigurumi. If you've learned your basic stitches, even if you haven't, they have videos for all the basic stitches, but they're easier if you actually have some idea of what to do. But I love that they have videos for each step. It makes it so much easier. Yes. There we go. Starting our next row. Starting row 74. I ended up giving both of the Woobles that I made to my sister and brother-in-law because I knew they would love them. The tutorials are easy to follow, you still don't know fully what you're doing. Yeah, that's a definite learning curve. I know I had a learning curve when I was taking what I learned, like the different stitches that I learned from Lady Foes and Kishu and one of my local friends, and trying to apply that to the Woobles, trying to apply that to working in the round, being able to see all the V's and everything, and I was like, I don't know about this. Yeah, they can be. They're one of those things. Yeah, if you start by learning at least the basic stitches, it's a lot easier, because then you at least have an idea of what they're talking about, but they also do a really good job of explaining what each one means, like what each term means. Well, I need to sit up a bit because I can tell already project is off camera. There we go. Perfect. And if you guys ever notice before I do that the project is off camera, do not hesitate to let me know. Yes, I'm starting up a throne wish list. Once I get a few more things added, then...
Say
Thank you
what?
for the sub, Lady Foes! Thank you for the gift sub to Kirby! There you go. What I did is once I learned some of the basic stitches, I started by making a baby blanket. Because it's small, and it was something that I was able to just repeat the stitch over and over and over again. And that got me really, really good at, for example, I had the blanket I was doing doubles all the way across. And it worked. It worked for me, getting me that practice with the double crochet to be able to make that happen, make that work. Yeah, loofah, that works too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, there we go. Yeah, I like doing projects that have the same thing over and over when I'm first starting, because then I get really, really good. I get good muscle memory for what that feels like, looks like. The downside to it is when I switch from a project that has one stitch over and over again, and then I switch to another project that has a different stitch over and over and over again, and I find myself setting up for the same for the stitch from the first project. Another of your friends made a weighted blanket, crocheted heavy beads in with the yarn. Oh, wow. So you literally chain 5, chain 5, slip stitch, single crochet all around, 5 total, then chain 35, slip stitch to chain, then do 3 doubles in each stitch, slip stitch, rotate, repeat. Ooh. That sounds easy enough. I get the feeling I skipped a stitch. Alrighty, I see your stretchy stretch and your hydrate. 10 hours later and it's done, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I did it right. I thought one of my stitches looked a little bigger than normal, but... Alright. We need a hydrate. And then a stretchy stretch. Yeah. Finally working on Pancake 10. Been working for a while. Time to loosen stuff up. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. There we go. Now we get to chain. There we go. Get ourselves there. Perfect. How long does each pancake take to cook? Are they like the medium-sized pancakes, small, pretty big? About a minute. Oh, medium size. Perfect. About a minute when it's stovetop. Nice. Think IHOP size. Okay. I got myself distracted. There we go. IHOP size are good sized pancakes. The last time I went to Vegas, we found a wonderful, wonderful restaurant not far from the hotel we were at that has huge, huge chicken and waffles. They were absolutely delicious, but you're basically getting 2 meals worth of food because of how big those waffles are. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. There we go. Could I get a wonderful mod to delete that for me, please? We already have the best viewers here on Twitch. Oh, it won't let you? Huh. Okay, there we go. No worries. That's weird that it wouldn't let you. Was it not showing? Right? You are a mod. You are a mod. I see that green sword right next to your name. You should be able to do the mod things. Vocal duck. You gotta love those bot accounts, right? And especially with the way that Twitch is doing its thing with against view botting, which I do like that they are trying to cut back on the number of people that were, like they were trying to cut back on the fact that people were basically buying bot views to make themselves look bigger than they are. And that's not okay. But when it affects people that aren't doing that, that's when they need to look and see what they're doing, how they can fix it, and make sure that they're doing it properly. You know what I mean? Make sure that it doesn't affect people who are doing things right. I hope you guys are enjoying the lo-fi. I think it really adds to the ambiance. There we go. It's harmful in so many ways. Buying bot account audiences just makes the streamer think that anything they say or do is popular, which usually ends with them doing or saying really self-destructive things. Exactly. Maybe. Here's hoping, Lady Foes. But I agree, Vocal Duck. It really can and does lead to people thinking that they have a bigger audience than they do, a wider reach than they do. And that can be dangerous. And I don't know about you, but I would much rather reach a smaller amount of real people than a big amount of bots. Because with real people, you have a chance to make that impact. With bots, they're not real. They're not going to actually be listening and taking into account what you have to say. The real people are the people that are the ones actually paying. Like, for example, gift subs. They're the ones that are paying for those gift subs. They're the ones that are actually listening. They're the ones you can have an effect on, are the real people. The bots, you're just speaking into the void. I see that, Hydrate. And see, a bot could not redeem that Hydrate. Row 80 complete. Just 4 more rows. We are so close. There we go. There's your Hydrate. Thank you, thank you. Taking care of your local streamer. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Yep, that's the one. Ooh, and another Hydrate. Here we go. Hydration complete. Welcome to the Water Donna stream. Exactly. I love it. I love it. During the next ad break, I will go into BRB because I need to run down and refill the water and then grab the stitch markers. Did I? Oh my goodness. I don't even realize sometimes. Oh man, sometimes when I get pictures taken, I don't realize until I'm looking at the photo what kind of a face I'm making. There we go. Mark it. No, I'm not marking the 10s. I'm marking the 1s. Hydration! I am attempting to make the water last until the ad break. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. Dying at my face as I'm trying to be like all happy and like, yay, hydration! 1, 2. There we go. And then finishing each row, we're on row 82. Yup, probably. We're gonna, excuse me, burp ASMR stream apparently. Sorry about that. I'll be like, sorry guys, we're finishing up this row and then I need a bio break. It's gonna be the end result here. Finishing pancake number 12. Pancake hype! There we go. Finished row 82. We are almost ready to start joining. You hate everything about this. Why do I do this? Because you love sourdough pancakes, you love your family, and you enjoy cooking? Oh, I don't know if I know that one. There we go. 4. 5. This one is gonna be 5. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Final row, and then we need to measure and make sure it matches. Posted in family room. Cool. I will definitely make sure to go and give that a listen. Two, 3, okay. 4, 5, and 6. Alright. That was 84. That was number 84. Yes! No baby foes is involved in the making of the video. There we go. Alright, let's see here. So this needs to be 20 inches. This is about 18 and a half. No, not even. Just a hair over 18, probably 18 and a quarter. No, because it's not holding where I need it to hold. There. Oh. Alright, now let's see where we're at. If you would stay still, that would be lovely. Yeah, it's about 18 and a half. Another 3 rows. Okay. Let's do another 3. We'll see how it looks. One, 2. 3. 4. I see that hydrate. Give me just a moment.
Say what?
Say what? Ladyfo's giving a gift sub not only to Kirby, but also to Ivy Fatbeard? Thank you so much. You are absolutely amazing, Ladyfoes. And I love ya. I love your face. Here we go. Hydration, and this will be the final hydrate until after the ad break. Because that is the last of the water in my cup. We are chaining 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. Yeah, chug, 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 chug. You are hysterical. And I love ya. I love ya for it. I wouldn't have ya any other way. Yep, 3, 4. Working on number 14. Yes! You're doing great, Ladyfoes. I believe in you. There we go. Autobot sweet potatoes not for days, but for years. Oh my goodness. You guys are gonna be having sweet potatoes out your ears. So many yams for baby foes. Yos. Oh, and they're all for baby foes? Oh man. That's a lot of yams for a little teeny tiny baby. Four, 5, 6. Let's see. Let's measure and just see how much further we've come. So we might need one more row. How is it? Okay, so now it's about a smidge over 19. Almost 19 and a half. Pretty much right on the 19 and a half line. So probably one or two more rows. So my count is correct. Somehow I thought I had already done 3, but apparently I'd only done 2. Ad break starting in a minute. And at that point I will run downstairs, get my stitch markers. Because we're going to be working in the round for the yoke. No, wait, that would have been 3 because if that was 87 and 84. Yeah, that would have been 3. Because 85, 86, 87. Alright, we're gonna try and finish this and measure once we get back from the Adeland Express. Oh. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, okay. Alright. Make this nice and big. Yeah, why is this showing as being pretty much right on the 19-inch line? Why? Am I measuring wrong? Alright, I'm gonna run down and grab those stitch markers. Be right back. And water. Okay, we are back. Switching over to the game screen. I'm gonna try measuring this again. Just to make sure I'm doing it properly. Yeah, because if I'm doing this properly, that is right at about 19 and a half. Yeah, it's like pretty much right on that 19 and a half line. Which doesn't necessarily make sense with what they said. That is weird. Oh, my light went out. Hold on. I thought with having 2 bars that would be enough. There is a simple solution to this. There we go. And then we bring that a little more forward. Perfect. There we go. So we're gonna take just a minute. Oh, you'll be so happy, Lady Foes. I have on Finch, my little Finch is exploring Sao Paulo. Really? Oh, that's so cute. Mine just discovered that they like, or she likes kombucha fruit. So cute. There we go. Alright, let's take a look-see here because I want to see. I want to see what Lady Foes posted in the family room. Here we go, guys. Oh, gotta turn up the volume.
I hate everything about this. Why do I do this? I hate everything.
have not heard that song before. I don't know why, but I haven't. So apparently I still need half an inch, but let's see how this goes with going around my head. I'm gonna take off my headphones real quick, so I'm not gonna be able to hear anything. Okay, so that, I think I do need that extra half inch. Yeah, that extra half inch will definitely make a difference. Three Days Grace, I likely wouldn't enjoy that song. 3 Days Grace, that was the band that in Raise Your Voice, they went to go see. So I guess we're gonna just keep alternating and doing this for a little longer until we get that extra half inch. We're doing this live, you guys. We are adjusting this pattern as needed. They were the first band that you saw in concert in high school. Couldn't hear anything for days afterwards. I believe it. Because if it's anything like when, if it's anything like in the movie Raise Your Voice, I could totally see them being like super loud and it being hard to hear after. Because if I remember right, aren't they the ones that do that stand up or sit down, are you ready for this? Boom, boom. Are you ready for this? Because that's the only thing I remember of that song from the movie. We'll start with another 2 rows and go to 90 and see if that gives us what we need. So this will be our last row before measuring again. You stopped listening to them after like 2010 or so? Yeah, that makes sense. I wonder, when did Raise Your Voice come out? I might need to look that up at some point. But Raise Your Voice is it's such an emotional but good movie. It's one of those movies that if you need a good cry, the beginning of the movie is perfect for that, because there's just so much emotion packed into the first 20-30 minutes of the movie, and then the rest of the movie is just pure awesomeness. But if you're not a Hilary Duff fan, then you probably won't enjoy the movie. Alright. Let's see if that gives us the half inch that we need, because that took us to 90. Grab my measuring tape. we will see. Oh, got a little twisted. There we go. Haha! That did it. That took us pretty much right to 20. From my understanding, she is married and has like 3 kids. Let's see. How does this feel as far as... Yeah, that'll go over my head nicely. That'll definitely go over my head nicely. And... it'll sit nice. Like, it'll be a nice loose fit around the neck. Because it's like, it's supposed to be kind of like that. And that'll be a nice loose fit there, which I like. So that'll do for that. That is 90 rows, so we needed an extra 6 rows in order to reach the 20 inches. Which is fine. Which is fine. So now we need to fold collar right side facing. So now the question that I've never really been able to answer is, how do we know in this particular case right side versus wrong side? So we're gonna pull up the video and see what she says.
Loops only. Work a single crochet through the back loop and single crochet through the back loop of... So this isn't really doing anything with it. I'm not stretching it, just as is. It's around 20 inches. So now you're gonna fold right sides together. My chain 1 is a little loose. Okay, so you're going to then go through the back loop, going across, and slip stitch through each stitch. Chain 1 and then put the seam to the inside of your work. Now what you'll do is work a single crochet in every row around. So we have
Okay,
84.
so we're gonna go ahead and go back to here. So trying to figure out which side is right side and which side is wrong side is something I have yet to really figure out. So how to determine right side versus wrong side crochet. Based on the position of the foundation chain tail. When using a traditional chain start, which we did, the right side of the fabric is facing you when the yarn tail is on the bottom left. Okay. So that means probably this way? Maybe like that? Because it would be Okay, the right side of the fabric is facing you when the yarn tail is on the bottom left. So this is my left side, which is the side that the yarn tail is on, which means right sides together is going to be this. So now she says we fold it together. We're gonna chain one. Actually, we're gonna chain one and then fold. And then we are going to slip stitch the first and back rows together, working through the back loop. So the slip stitch is we're gonna go in to each of these back loops. Come on, you can do it. There we go. We're gonna yarn over. Oh, I need to, yeah. Yeah, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through all of these without, okay, there we go. Now let's see, how did she do? Did she do kind of like a
Slip stitch through each stitch.
I think she just stuck with staying right side, so we're gonna go into here, and then where's my back of the stitch? There. And then we yarn over, pull all the way through. There's two. Chain row is very, very difficult to see where I'm supposed to be. Like where that back loop is. Let's see, if I turn it this way, does that make it any easier to see it? A little bit. Oh, you do something different. Okay, what do you like to do? Because I like learning new methods. Hard to explain, but you rotate the work, insert the hook into the last stitch, and start your stitch. Interesting. I might need to try that at some point. Let's see. I'm still having a hard time seeing number 3. Oh, it keeps a straight edge. There you go. Sounds good. Sounds good. I look forward to seeing it. Let's see. Since she said back loop, that makes me a little confused. Because I'm having, but the color of this. Okay, maybe. That doesn't seem right though. That could be it. Yeah, that looks right. There we go. Alright, now we're gonna slip stitch. I may have accidentally gone into the 4th instead of the 3rd. Yep, I think I did. Nope, I didn't. I can see another V. Let's see. Let's make sure. That we can get in there. Yeah, we can get in there. Because I see number 5 and number 6 for sure. Okay, I see. I see what I was doing. And then I need to go. We'll just go here. That's not looking right. But maybe because I had it too tight. Yeah, I think I had it a bit too tight. Huh. Now my working yarn is too big. And it won't undo. Uh-oh. Now I've lost my loop. Oh, I think I got the yarn tail caught. That, I think, is what happened. I'm gonna have to try and undo a bunch. You have so much baby food processing to do today. Hashtag worth it. Yeah, I think my yarn tail got caught. And in trying to fix it, I lost my loop. And now I don't know how to undo it. Okay, so I can see it going through that hole. Let's see. Yeah, because if that's the yarn tail, which it is. Oh, great. I think I messed this up big time. Because somehow the yarn tail, when I was trying to slip stitch, ended up getting caught. So off stream, I need to figure out how this is gonna work, how I'm gonna get my loop back. I can see my working yarn is going in here through one of the holes, but I can't get it to undo. Well, I am gonna have some off-stream work I need to do to make this work. Trying to figure out where the working yarn is coming from on the other side, so that I can grab it. Haha, did I find it? Yes, I did. I did! So now the question becomes, when did the yarn tail get caught? Because I'm gonna have to undo some slip stitching and try it again. Ooh, I'm glad that they are so good, Lady Foes. That makes me so happy. Yeah, I think while I figure that out off stream, Outcast, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, we're gonna figure that out off stream because somehow I think my yarn tail ended up definitely getting caught in here. So I'm gonna have to undo all my slip stitching until I figure out where that happened. And then I can get my loop back most likely. So I'm gonna have to undo all that slip stitching I just did off stream. It's okay. We're good. We're good. Accidents happen. It's how we learn. So what we're gonna do though is I am gonna go ahead and we're gonna end with some fork knife, I think. We're gonna end with a round of Fortnite. Yeah, you guys are not gonna see me for a second while I get this into the right size. I need to turn off my display capture so I can see a little better what we're doing. There we go. Because we're only half an hour until I need to end anyway, so... I got a grade. I got 100% on one of my labs. That is true. I could definitely make that happen. That way I can adjust for crochet versus gameplay. Yeah. You know what? Let's do it. There we go. Then we'll go there. And then I need game capture. And then... Fortnite. There we go. And then I need to pause the music so you guys can hear Fork Knife. And then I need to adjust the category. Nope, not opening up sidebar. I'm gonna put myself in away mode. There we go. Because I only have time for like maybe one round. The way I can hear you singing it. Let's see, what was it? I need to play it again and I'll sing it along with you. Everything about this, why do I do this? There we go. There we go. How was that? How was that? That way we were kind of duetting it. Beautimus! Perfect. Perfection. And then I can put on my... While I'm waiting for the game to load, I can turn off that. I can fix... Oh, that needs to actually go here. While it's loading, I can do this. Get my crochet one ready for next time. Oh, that is weird. I'll have to fix that after. My camera is acting up on the crochet one. Unless it was just that I... There we go. That looks better. Okay. And now we're ready for next week. They give you like cord of some kind. It does actually work really, really well as yarn. I love their yarn. For me, it was much easier to work with. And I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure this out off stream. It's not fair to you guys to make you sit through me trying to undo all my crochet. There was an error. What you talking about, Willis? What I can do... You were just expecting yarn like you'd get at Michael's or Hobby Lobby. Yeah. What their goal was in this yarn was to make it as beginner friendly as possible. And so because of that, they made it where it was able to, like, it doesn't fray as easily and things like that. So... There we go. Now it's working. Hopefully. There we go. I like going to Foxy, so we're gonna go to Foxy Floodgate today. And then another thing I enjoy doing is I enjoy running into the water and getting as close to my goal as I can before it does, or before it lets me onto the battle bus. There we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Thank you, bus driver. Give you hard mode, you can take it, make it as beginner unfriendly as possible. You want in on this hobby? If you can survive, you're in. Uh-oh, I'm dropping frames. Okay, so we went through a, we just went through a little bit of a hiccup. I really did. I tried hard mode. I tried the very hard sweater at first, and it was just not working. I get the feeling I'ma die. Oh no, and I have nothing with which to defend myself. Oh, I'm gonna die. It's gonna tell me I died because my Fortnite game is being crappy. I'ma die, I'ma die, I'ma die, I'ma die, I'ma die. They're just frozen. I am fully expecting that it's gonna come and I'm gonna say, it's gonna say, yep, you placed number like 98. Okay, we had to reconnect. That's fine. Fortnite's been acting up.
Dumb ways to die. So many dumb ways to die. Dumb ways to die. So many dumb ways to die.
Exactly. So I don't think it's necessarily the internet. I think it is Fortnite itself being weird. Because my internet speed is fine. I just ran a speed test and it says I'm getting like 118% of what I should be. So that tells me it's Fortnite acting up and being weird. And that usually happens after an update. It takes it a few times for my computer to realize, and for the game itself to realize, oh, we can actually handle this update. It's fine. Everything's fine. And there go all your points. I love it. I love it. I love you guys getting to spend points on the sound redeems, because they're so much fun. I love them. How I got to level 25 this season, I have no idea. There we go. See, already it's smoothing out some. It just takes it a minute. There we go. I was about to be like, oh no, I jinxed it. Get them out of their stuck phase. There we go. They were stuck. We had to help them. That's what the family of God does. When we're stuck, we help each other out. Ooh, I need to check that out. Let's see. There we go. That's what I wanted. Okay. Perfectly fine. This is fine. Got our hyper burst rifle. I'm gonna go ahead and just... Okay, we made sure that the MK was at the front, which is good. Need one of those. Let's open up some chests. Here we are. Go on up here, because I know there's a bunch of chests up here. Perfect! I like the look of that. We're gonna run over here. grab this chest here, and then we will go and... Uh-oh. They're coming. Oh lord, you're coming. There's two of them. They sound close. There's nobody here. Nobody here at all. Right, guys? Be very, very quiet. We're Donna stratting. Yup, hashtag Donna strat. You know it. You know it. Uh-oh, and I'm frozen again. See, this is what tells me that it's the game and not my internet. Because my frames per second is still at 60. I'm not showing any dropped frames. So it can't be my internet. It's gotta be the game. I am showing a few frames missed, but that's kind of normal at this point. I'm still in the green, which is exactly where I need to be. Yeah, I might have to do that, yeah. Because I'm really thinking it's gotta be the game. Because the stream itself is pretty smooth, yeah? Alright. We're gonna be brave and strong and fight our way over to this other chest. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. This is what getting brave and strong does to ya. Yep, bravery results in lag. But look at him! He's like floating in midair! And he didn't hit me at all! Dude! The video game logic. How that happened, I will never know, but I will be forever grateful. Okay, yeah, I have TeamViewer. I'm pretty sure I have it installed. I remember installing it at one point. I'm not sure if it's one that I managed to, in an attempt to make more room on my computer, if I maybe uninstalled it. But it's an easy install if I did uninstall it. OXR, which is interesting considering it gave me shotgun stuff. If we're gonna lag, at least let me lag in the bush. Okay, game? That would be fantastic. I love that as you get higher levels, it's almost like you're training in how to run and use your stamina more effectively. I like that aspect of it. I like that aspect of it a lot. Alright, we made it to 25 viewers remaining. Or, players, I mean. Okay. Already owned. Okay, that's fine. I can do that. I can live with that. This is fine. Everything is fine. We'll just continue looking around, making sure that nobody is here. Okay, so there is a chest in here somewheres. Looks like it could be up here. Haha. Ta-da! We found the shiny! We found the shiny! So we'll just kind of Donna Strat it for a minute. Ooh, gonna play some Subnautica. Got the itch to trigger your thalassophobia under the sea. Under the sea. I tried Subnautica at one point, and I could not figure it out. I might need to give it another try at some point. I didn't realize that you have thalassophobia. Thankfully, none of our games that we play here do too much water. I mean, Fortnite, you do sometimes get to go and, you know, swim in the water for a bit, but there's nothing there. You'd be down to give pointers? It's one of your favorite games and one of your favorite fears. Hey, there we go. I will definitely have to hit you up on that at some point. Perfect. We got it. We got it, guys. We got it. Except now there's... Ah, number 12, but at least I got to go down fighting. That one was not a case of lag. That one was just simply a case of poor stormtrooper aim on my part. I'm gonna take a look at my settings while we're here, because I have Direct 12. I've got it set for full screen. Got my monitor size correct. VSync is off. It's at 60 frames a second. I've got DirectX 12. What it could also be is it could also be a case of needing to upgrade my video capture card. Or my GPU. There we go. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and wrap that up. There we go. And yes, I do still have TeamViewer, by the way. I do have it. I'm going to go ahead and snooze those ads. And I am going to look and check my NVIDIA app, because I have an NVIDIA capture card, or GPU. Why am I saying capture card all the time? I have no idea. You remember first seeing the pics of the Titanic wreck site, sunken stairwell with everything corroded and lost to the ocean? You were like 8 at the time? Phobia hit super duper hard. Yeah. That totally adds up. Aha! I do have video driver updates. That explains it. That explains it. There we go. I think it's definitely gonna have to be that Game Ready driver update, because sometimes when the game starts acting up, it's because of the fact that there's a newer, better version of the graphics card. So, IB Fatbeard, hope you're doing well. Hope you are doing well, my friend. We were doing some crochet and then ending stream with some Fortnite. So, we're getting ready to wrap up, because I think it looks like I do have D&D. I haven't seen anything saying otherwise, which means I need to grab a bite to eat, because D&D starts in an hour. So, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up here. Let's take a look and see who we can raid today. Yes, I know exactly who we're raiding. Alright, we are raiding my friend Prepone. So if you are a sub here is your raid message. If you are not subbed, here is your raid message. I'm gonna go ahead and mute this tab. There we go. That way I can do this. All right. Let's get this raid going. She is also playing some Fortnite. She is a fellow family-friendly Christian variety streamer. So I hope that you guys enjoy. Let her know I sent you. And I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your September. There might be a pop-up stream somewhere, but the next couple of weekends I do have things going on. So that will prevent me from being able to stream. But always remember that God loves you, and so do I.